against immigration raids, which is spread across the country right now. Sixth day in Los Angeles. Last night, LA Mayor Karen Bass declared a curfew for 1 square mile of the city's downtown, citing what she called widespread vandalism, as California Governor Gavin Newsom condemned President Trump's deployment of the military as a brazen abuse of power.
Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, is standing by with more on the president's response to the situation in L.A. But first, our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, starts us off with the latest on the ground there. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. This is the first curfew in downtown Los Angeles since the George Floyd protests. And the protests that began here on Friday against the crackdown on immigration by the Trump administration, as you both mentioned, now spreading nationwide as Governor Gavin Newsom with a broadside against President Trump, calling the deployment of those federal troops behind me a brazen abuse of power. Overnight, the protests, which have rocked downtown Los Angeles, spreading across the country in response to the Trump administration's immigration crackdown.
Hands off our students!
From Boston, Seattle, and D.C. to Milwaukee.
No Trump! No ICE! No fascist USA!
In Chicago, a car driving through a group of demonstrators. In New York City, police and protesters clashing, officers pushing protesters back. While the majority of
I'm going to get to that car later on in the show. We'll get there.
Protests have been peaceful. In Los Angeles, for a fifth consecutive night, mounted police officers swarming protesters as that curfew kicked in. Governor Gavin Newsom claiming Tuesday that democracy is under assault, requesting a federal court block President Trump's unprecedented military mobilization.
Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities.
LA Mayor Karen Bass issuing a curfew for downtown LA that could last several days, hoping it'll stop vandalism and looting of businesses.
Law enforcement will arrest individuals who break the curfew, and you will be prosecuted.
But protesters continue to pour into the streets of downtown LA. The LAPD has allowed several hundred protesters here to meander pretty freely right down the streets of downtown Los Angeles for several hours now. The one thing they have not allowed them to do, descend down to the 101 freeway. And when hundreds of protesters briefly blocked traffic on the 101, police pounced. Late Tuesday, we spoke with LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell.
Do you need the help from the thousands of federal troops?
No, they're on a separate mission. Our mission.
You don't need their help, is what you're saying.
We have a protocol in place for doing what we're doing today, and that's we mobilize the department or parts of the department. We've done that, and then to request mutual aid. We did that last night. We brought in members of 14 different police agencies from throughout Southern California. They are supplementing our officers out in the field, doing a variety of different assignments, but crowd management and crowd control is a big part of that.
Later, a demonstrator telling me that one of her family members was taken by ICE while at the grocery store.
They don't say anything. They don't call family, let anybody know what's going on. You just got to find out in the news if your loved one's missing.
LA's police chief also telling me that we are not likely to see Marines and National Guards interacting with protesters out on the streets here of Los Angeles. He said that will remain the jurisdiction of local law enforcement. But Governor Greg Abbott of Texas announcing late last night that he is deploying the National Guard to multiple locations across Texas to handle anticipated protests.
So, as usual, we have common sense governors, and then we have governors that want to create chaos and confusion and want to continue to make this a difficult situation for all of those that are law-abiding, tax-paying citizens and even legal migrants that came over here the right way. And they have a vested interest in making sure that the United States of America remains a safe place to do business, that they have jobs, and that their communities are safe. And so on one hand, you'll have a Greg Abbott who has no problem deploying the National Guard and using every military resource to ensure that businesses, homes, cars, and the streets of Texas, depending on wherever these protests are taking place, are actually real protests, and they are not rioting. It's not destroying businesses. It's not actually destroying the United States of America, the very fabric that makes us a free nation, but a nation with rules and laws that allow for you to be able to do some of the things that you do on a regular basis. On the flip side, you have Gavin Newsom. And Gavin Newsom and J.B. Pritzker and Kathy Hochul and the usual suspects, all of the same people that allowed for these illegal migrants to come in here in the first place, are the very ones that are on top of this stuff and letting them destroy y'all businesses. If you got a brick and mortar store, forget about it. If you got a warehouse, forget about it. It's probably under siege right now. And they had to institute a curfew. They just now instituting a curfew. Just now putting into place a curfew to try to prevent people from destroying businesses and tearing up all across the city. Hey guys, please, pretty please, don't break into stores. Don't be out past a certain time with masks on, running around with Mexican flags, doing what you want to do, and destroying all of the businesses. Listen, tap on the wrist, but please, pretty please, just try to comply. Can you please, for the sake of law and order, try to comply? You got separate, different local agencies that got their own agenda. Hey, listen, we're not trying to stop them from arresting the people that's on the streets. They keep our detectives down. They keep our detectives busy with stuff that they shouldn't be busy with in the first place. If an illegal migrant is actually arrested for committing a crime, we're not going to call ICE. We're not going to call the federal government. We're not going to work with Tom Homan. We're going to do what we want to do, and we're going to let them back on the street because we're against this administration. There was a time in life where different like it didn't matter whether you were Democrat or Republican, you were going to do the thing that was in the best interest of the people. There was a time where we actually cared about what was best for the people, and we separated our own agendas, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. This wasn't supposed to be a bipartisan issue. This wasn't supposed to be something that we had as something that we didn't carried out as far as Democrat versus Republican. Every issue that's on the table in the United States today wasn't a political issue. Some stuff we were aligned on. Hey, rule of law, criminals can't break into stuff. You can't cross over the borders illegally. None of that stuff. There wasn't an agenda attached to or so much hate for one person. There wasn't so much hate for one person to where it started to infect you. It started to become so toxic that then you started to separate your police department from working with federal officers in order to prevent people from being able to burn down buildings and loot stores. Or maybe I'm off about that. I don't know. Maybe I'm off about that. I have no clue.
Begin in Los Angeles, where a nighttime curfew is now in effect. More than 5 nights into the protests we've seen there. Police say they've initiated mass arrests of those refusing to clear out of the curfew zone. We're still waiting to find out exactly how many people were detained in this latest round. The curfew covering only a small section of America's second largest city, just 1 square mile in downtown LA, affecting roughly about 100,000 of the city's roughly 4 million residents.
The curfew only exists. I don't know if y'all heard what he said. The curfew only exists for 1 square mile of downtown Los Angeles that's already been looted. Everybody else, they can go out and do whatever it is they want to do. You can protest all night. You can riot. You can steal. You can break into the businesses in Los Angeles. Have at it. The curfew from Karen Bass is only for 1 square mile of downtown Los Angeles that's already been destroyed and looted. Y'all mad at me or y'all mad at Los Angeles? You mad at me or you mad at your leadership? You mad at me or you mad at Karen Bass? You mad at me or you mad at Gavin Newsom? Because yesterday, and then the emails that I've been getting and the comments that I've been getting been like, yo, Anton, I'm so mad at you for talking about Los Angeles. Remind me of the people that was over. We're going to get to Chicago shortly. Remind me of the people that was over in Chicago saying that they was mad that I was bringing Chicago to the front of the congregation every single day for the crime. Are you mad at the person that's bringing visibility to the issues in your community? Or are you mad at the leadership that you elected that's actually destroying your community? that allows for the people to destroy the community that's not even supposed to be here, that allows for these paid protesters to come into the community and do the things that's not best for the community. Are you mad at me or are you mad at them? Don't be mad at me. I didn't do nothing to your community. I didn't do nothing to your community. I have never, ever robbed a business, took money from nobody. I've never done anything to anybody whatsoever. I don't even understand why people be mad at me. Somebody got mad at me. I'm so mad at you for not supporting reparations. Nigga, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. You've never met me in your entire life. To you, I'm a figurehead. I am a mythical figure that you see on this digital screen. Why are you so mad at me? Why are you mad at me? I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't enslave your ancestors. I didn't sick a dog on you. I ain't never deprived you of your education. I didn't arrest you. Why are you mad at me? What did I do to you? What did I do to you? I got my own opinion. I got my own thoughts. Did you get mad at your mother when did you get mad at your mother for putting a dress on you when you was a little boy? Did you get mad at your mother? Because see, I didn't put you in your femininity. I didn't tell you, hey, man up, make sure that you lead with your logic and not your emotions. Did you get mad at your mother for kicking your father out because he decided that he no longer wanted to be bothered with an unruly woman? Or what? Did you get mad at me or did you get mad at her? Dog, go and talk to your mother. Go and talk to your father for indoctrinating you and making you a part of the Democrat plantation. Go and talk to your daddy. Do you know him? Is that your real daddy or do you need to take a paternity test? That's all I'm saying. Don't get mad at me. Don't be mad at Tom Dog because I have never done anything to you whatsoever. If I choose her and she choose me back, that's a part of the game. Don't crash out, dog. She wasn't yours. She both of ours. I just let her sleep at your crib. If she choose me, I'm going to choose her back. You can't control human beings. My father, this is why you need a strong father in your life. My father told me that life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. Control your emotions, nigga. Control your hoe. That's not my problem. Control your hoe. If you can't control your hoe, somebody else will. I know that. I know that. I know that. If you don't control her, somebody else will. The ladies last night on After Hours, you got to go and rewatch the episode. They told you last night, I'm only as loyal as how much time that you're going to be doing in prison. So nigga, stay out of prison and I won't be eating your daughter's fruit snacks. Stay out of prison and I won't eat your daughter's fruit snacks. After I send her to the bathroom dripping with a towel between her legs. Can you give me some fruit snacks and a Pop-Tart? Can you give me a cherry Pop-Tart? Toast it, please. And some water. Woo, girl, you crazy. Who taught you that move? Tom Dog taught me. Tom Dog taught me. You said get a Go-Gurt, toast a strudel. Mama, who ate my Pop-Tarts? Boy, get a banana. Yeah. You need healthy things. You need more calcium, vitamin D. Your mama got that vitamin D. Mama, where's my Lunchables? Should have had a strong father that wasn't in prison. And I wouldn't be over here eating your daughter's fruit snacks. I love fruit snacks, especially the ones that's for the kids, especially because they get them good fruit snacks. Anyways, I don't want to get too distracted. Don't be mad at me is the point. Be mad at your leadership for what they've created in an environment that does not allow for you to thrive in your communities.
Meanwhile, California's Governor Gavin Newsom has lashed out at the U.S. president over his decision to send thousands of National Guard troops and stage hundreds of Marines in L.A. in response to the protests over escalating immigration raids.
Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities. Authoritarian regimes begin by targeting people who are least able to defend themselves, but they do not stop there. Trump and his loyalists, they thrive on division because it allows them to take more power and exert even more control. And by the way, Trump, he's not opposed to lawlessness and violence.
Janetta, do you got a kid? Do you got a kid that's under 10? Because I guarantee you I'm eating their fruit snacks. Guarantee you I'm eating their fruit snacks. And you shouldn't stay loyal either, Janetta. You ain't even got a profile pic. Over here, we give let me get you the fuck off my screen. Fuck what Janetta talking about, because Janetta is typing in all caps and she ain't got no goddamn profile pic. We give precedence to people that have profile pictures. I apologize for my chat for having somebody that is a boy actually over here on YouTube pretending like they're a girl and typing crazy in my chat. I apologize to y'all, because if I don't see that you're a real girl, I'm a real girl, and I can't give you no visibility. I can't do that.
As long as it serves him. What more evidence do we need than January 6th? Trump is pulling a military dragnet.
You know what? Let's go over it. Let's go over to this. Let me read a couple of super chats. We're gonna go to Gavin Newsom's actual speech because we want to get it. We want to get the whole speech, not half the speech.